We're going to use Excel to solve algebra. Let's look at Unit 2 learning plan, and we're going to go to the Excel to solve algebra. To download this scenario, you have to click on the link so that you can see it, and then let's see. Okay, so we put the key in there, and then let's see, here we go. In lesson 2.2, we learned about formulas. In this exercise, we will enter formulas and use Excel to calculate them. The first rectangle by the box with the 6 in it, C50 times D50, and we get 42. The reason that we do it that way is that after we're done, we can get to this little corner here and pull it down and get all of them multiplied that way, because like for instance this one, it took the box with the 19 in it times the box with the 8 in it. So that's why we want to do things that way. If you get confused, here's the over here you can see which formula you should have entered. So for this one, we need to type pi, so equals, turn on the calculator, pi, open parentheses, close parentheses, times radius to the second power times the height, and then we will have the formula, or that will be the multiplication for the volume of a cylinder, and we can pull that down and we will get all of the values. And this is where the formula is. You can see what the formula should have been. I formatted these so that it's rounded to the nearest whole number. Then, now using goal seek is the way to go. Let's go back to that length times width problem. We know the length times the width is 32. We also know the length to be 8 feet. So in algebra, we've got 8, W equals, that's the width, and then we're looking for the value 32. In goal seek, we have the 8, and then in the yellow box, we're going to, by changing, make it 32. So enter the labels above the cells. We got that already, length and width and so on. Click on the buttons Data. So now we're going to click on the button Data, What If Analysis, Goal Seek, set cell D84 to value 32 by changing D84. This should be E equals length times width. We forgot to do that. Length is 8, and this is going to be the length times the width. Okay, so now we can do goal seeking again. Set cell. Okay. We have to go to Data, Goal Seek, set cell E84 to 32 by changing D84, and it comes up with 32. So we've got the right value in the green box, the right value in the yellow box, and the right width. So, next one. So on the left side, remember the yellow box is where we are going to be changing the x. So that's the one we're solving for. We've got a 4, a -2, and a -5. On the right side, we've got a 4, a 6, and a +3. So the formula on the left side is equals 4 times the x value minus, plus 2 times the x value plus the negative 5. On the right side, we've got 4 plus 6 times the x value, which is in the yellow box in the row above it, plus the 3. Right now, those two are not equal. We want that difference to be 0. So here's the formula that we should be entering on the left side. The formula that we should be minus this. I forgot to put the formula in there. What if analysis, goal seek. So we're going to change that value to 0 by changing this value. And we get x is negative 3. 3 here. And we got example 2 right. Let's go to the next one. For example 2, you can see the example written here. We're going to enter the 2, negative 5, and 3 for the left side, and for the right side we just have a 6. The difference is going to be 0 again, so we're going to take the left side's equation, subtract the right side's equation, and let's write down the formula for the left side. It is 2 times parentheses the x value minus or plus negative 5, close the parentheses, plus 3, which is in R or P99 times the x value. On the right side, we've got the x value plus the 6. So we're going to goal seek, set that to 0 by changing the x equals value, and we get x is 4. These are 7, 6, and 2, and negative 8, and 2. Okay, so a little bit different this time since the right side has no over 6 plus 2 times x plus negative 8 over 2. Now we can do a goal seek. Set that to negative 4 because we want it to be negative 4 by changing this value, and we get x equals negative 1. All right. Next one. The different forms of the line are listed here. Make sure you study that. And then in the y equals 2x minus 6, so minus 6. And then our formula is equals 2 times the x value minus, plus the E132 value. And in the second equation, this is negative 2. So our equation is y equals x and negative 2. We want the difference to be 0, equals this minus this. We want the difference to be 0. So let's go to data. goal seek, and we're going to change AB 132 to 0 by changing the, let's go back to goal seeking. We're going to goal seek set value G132 to 0 by changing our X value, and we get 4. So X is 4 and Y is 2. Now for the next equation, when we solve this equation for Y equals, okay, now we're going to, it's not in the intercept slope form, but we can use the form and have the yellow box be the Y. So we have 3 and 5 and 3 halves, which is 1.5. So our difference is going to be the first box subtract the second box. And the first equation is 3 times the Y value plus the 5. And the second equation is 1.5 times the Y value. Right now, those two are not equal to each other. And so we have to goal seek so that those two boxes are equal to each other. The value is 0, and we're going to change the Y equals. And when we do, we get X is negative 3.33, or Y plus 5, X equals, oh, I've got them backwards. This should be negative 5, and this should be negative 3 minus 1/3. There we go. Now I've got them correct. And so this is Excel to solve algebra. Remember that you have to use the form X and X equals the first coordinate, and then Y is the second coordinate. This is scenario using algebra, and if you notice, we have 30 out of 30 points.